Welcome to Tales with Blue. I first met Ariel about 4 months ago. It was my brother Mitch's 25th birthday, and he came to the party that Mom and I planned for him. He had told us beforehand that he would be bringing his new girlfriend, but neither of us could have expected how perfect she would be. She had long flowing black hair to her waist, green eyes, and an infectious smile. She said all the right things with an adorable laugh and was polite to my mother and myself. I could see Mitch watching our reactions, and he seemed delighted that we were getting along with Ariel. The only one who didn't seem to like Ariel was my Maltese, Sam. He barked the entire time she was in the house and would not come near her, even when she offered him food from her plate. Mom made me lock him in my room, but he continued barking himself hoarse until she finally left the house. This was the strangest thing to me. Sam is one of the friendliest dogs you'll ever meet. Still, I brushed it off and just assumed that maybe Sam was having a bad day, or maybe Ariel had a pet cat that he could smell or something. The next time we saw her, we were all out for a family dinner at Red Lobster. It had been about 2 weeks since Mitch's birthday, and to our surprise, Mitch had dyed his hair jet black from his natural blonde. He also wore a torn denim jacket, and his nose was pierced. I could just sense my mom's disapproval emanating from her, but she held her tongue and even complimented Mitch during the dinner. Ariel was as charming as she was before and took small bites of her fish as she quietly watched all of us interact. When we got home, my mom finally unloaded. "Your brother has been seeing that girl for less than 3 weeks, Dante, and she's already got him changing his looks. Mitch has never dyed his hair before in his life, and that damn nose piercing. I knew that little slut was no good when I first met her. She is just too perfect." "Well, Mitch seems happy," I offered weakly, to which my mom just clicked her tongue. Little did she know, she had just seen her eldest son for the last time. It still hurts me to type this, but Mom got in an accident. A terrible, terrible accident. It happened a mere few days after we had the dinner. When they showed Mitch, Ariel, and me the body, I broke down into tears. Mom had somehow been severed at the waist. It had been a 3-car collision on the freeway. The other 2 drivers were alive and relatively unharmed. I found myself orphaned at 16. Mitch took the necessary steps and soon became my legal guardian. When he pulled up outside the 2-story gray and black house on the edge of town, I looked around in protest. "What happened to your apartment?" I asked in confusion. "Oh, I moved in with Ariel a long time ago. There's plenty of space here, man. Sam will love the backyard." Sam did not love the backyard. In fact, he didn't love anything about the house. He barked incessantly until Ariel approached me as I sat eating breakfast at the dinner table. "Shut him up or I will," she snarled, her green eyes suddenly more vicious than Sam could ever be. I took Sam into my new room and calmed him down as best I could. Even when he was quiet, he stared apprehensively at the door as though afraid Ariel would swoop in and scoop him up. Sam was not the only one who didn't like the house. It was spooky as hell. Cobwebs covered most of the furniture and old paintings from the 1800s. There were creaks and bumps, and sometimes the lights seemed to go out on their own. There were a lot of old rooms that I was forbidden to enter, and Ariel always seemed to know what I was planning to do before I even said anything. "Have fun with your friends," she said with a smile, as she and Mitch snuggled together on the leather couch. I hadn't even told them I was going out yet. Another time, I had just gotten a nude pic from a girl at school, and on my way up the stairs, I ran into Ariel. "Have fun in there," she whispered, a devilish look in her eyes. I was too uncomfortable to do anything as I laid in my bed, staring wistfully at the picture. Ariel was also too comfortable with me around. Even if it was her house, she would strut around in just her bathrobe most of the time. And whenever my brother would catch me looking at her, he would just grin and give me a thumbs up. She would barge into the bathroom to put makeup on or brush her hair, even when she knew I was in the shower. She never used the bathroom. As a matter of fact, I haven't even seen her eat anything either, not since that night at Red Lobster. At night, I could hear them. Not Ariel and my brother, but Ariel and her friends. She had a group of 5 that would visit her late at night, and they would retreat to the room that was just down the hall from my own. They would chant, saying things in a language I did not know. And outside, the weather would turn from a nice, normal night to a complete thunderstorm. Sam would hide under the bed until the chanting stopped, and it took a lot of effort for me to get him out of the room the mornings after. One time, I ran into one of the girls. I felt safe enough to leave my room given that the rain had stopped and the sun had come out, but no sooner did I step out did I run into one of the girls. She had a similar style to Ariel's. She wore a black dress, had long black hair with green highlights, and had an abundance of piercings. "Hi," she said, flashing a smile much like Ariel's. "Hi, just on my way to school," I said, trying to squeeze past her. She didn't move. "I just wanted to say sorry about your mother. She may have been a bitch, but I'm sure she's in a better place now. I have never been so tempted to hit a woman in my life. I settled for ramming my way past her instead." On my way down the stairs, she called my name and I looked back. "We're having an orgy on Halloween. You can come. I know you're just dying to lose your virginity," she said with a wink. I ran out of the house. I've put up with so much the past few months, I'm surprised I haven't lost my sanity. But the other day, home alone, I did something I shouldn't have. I wanted to find out who exactly Ariel was, where she came from. Like an idiot, I used an old hairpin to pick a lock on one of the downstairs rooms I had been forbidden from. The must hit me like an internal slap in the face. It felt like the room hadn't been accessed in years, but I know that it had. There were old dolls scattered here and there, ancient newspaper clippings, old brushes, and there was a single painting hanging above a fireplace. I was shocked to find the face of a woman who was identical to Ariel staring back at me. I looked at the artist's name and the year it had been painted, 1806. I would have ran from the room, closed the door behind me, and tried to forget the whole thing, but I found something on the floor. Lying next to an old yellowed bone was a piece of a torn picture. I picked it up, seeing a pair of women's legs wearing blue jeans. I glanced around and found the other half of the picture. My mother's face smiled back at me. The picture had been torn at her waist. This story was found on Reddit under the subreddit nosleep. It was written by AsDeathBeckons, and it was titled, "I'm Terrified of My Brother's New Girlfriend." If you enjoyed this story, please give the video a like and subscribe. Any support is appreciated. I do want to thank AsDeathBeckons for writing this story. You did an amazing job. And if anyone has any stories they want to share, please feel free to contact me. You can also leave comments down below. Thank you for listening to Tales with Blue.